5.
Props to B. Tatum.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Brent. Bring it in.
Oh, yeah, drink a beer.
Quit slacking.
I'm busy spilling stuff.
No, you're
Brought
not.
the beer into the table.
I'll spill something.
All right, Brent
Hey.
Good
dropped
job,
the ball.
Brent. You
Yeah.
actually said a
Yeah.
few more words than that other guy says.
That other bald guy that comes in here.
You had one job, Brent.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry for the
I got
disappointing
fired for
open.
my last one, so
Low-
my expectations shouldn't be so high.
So
Sorry that-
welcome to the Low Energy Podcast.
What the hell were we thinking? Podcast.
My name's Miguel.
Brent's intro was interrupted by his drinking problem, so we're sorry.
He's like, oh, I got to bring it in. Okay. Oh,
I mean, at least I make my drinking problem everyone else.
you're like my neighbors.
I like
It's
to share.
You wave at them and they're like, oh shit, I don't want to have to wave back.
No, I didn't see him. Fuck, what's with... Let me
Oh,
stare
look
at my
at-
dog shitting real quick.
I'm Alberto.
Alberto was.
I'm Brent.
That's not Spanish, bro.
How do you say Brent in Spanish?
Gringo.
Brento.
Miguel? I don't know.
Pinchy gringo.
Okay. I've answered to worse.
I'm Hustine.
All right. Cool. Before we get on with the show, make sure you subscribe, subscribe, and then subscribe again. And then when they unsubscribe you, subscribe again, but turn on all the bell
And then
notifications.
make another account and subscribe that one too.
All right. Cool. Well, we got to jump right in with Brent's tall tale.
Yeah.
So you're out from several of the past podcasts here recently.
Well, first you went to Disneyland, right?
First, yeah.
Yep. Spent a week in Disney. That worked
Disney
out
World.
pretty good.
Was that just in case you died from the surgery? You want to get it all in beforehand?
So was
Right.
it Southern Cal or Florida?
It was Florida.
Florida.
We had paid for it and planned it out like 3 years ago, and then COVID kept fucking it up, and then we ran out of extensions, so it was like, okay, we're going.
Ooh, I got an extension.
No, you
And
don't.
now
we needed
the-
a longer extension.
now the grooming's more obvious than ever.
But yeah,
Are your
so it
kids
was
still
nice-
straight?
We don't talk that much. No. He's 14. He's still got plenty of time to figure it out.
Well, you're saying he, so
Yeah.
What does his boyfriend
hasn't
say?
a cis male.
He hasn't corrected me about his pronouns yet.
So okay, good. All right.
His boyfriend.
Well, you
thinks
never
he's
know what they're
straight.
going to
That's
pick up
all
at
I know.
Disney. So
Yeah, right.
anyway,
It's true,
all
you
right.
never
So
know.
so you were out a little bit. You went to Disney Hands, and then
Came back. I had this sleep apnea
Syphilis.
surgery.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think they squared that away while I was in there under the knife.
Just
What
cut
is
it off.
what is sleep apnea surgery?
So I tried the CPAP mask or whatever. I've got really severe sleep apnea, obstructive breathing when I sleep, and
Wife's trying to kill you.
I wake up.
It's like a pill to the face.
Yeah, it
feels like
there's
a pillow on my face.
I heard he has some difficulty breathing at night, so I'm just gonna solve the problem. So the mask wasn't working for me, and so I've got what's basically a pacemaker for the tongue.
Ooh.
Ooh, your wife is loving it.
Oh.
I mean, maybe not, but
For
I don't
the
know. We'll find out.
Got a knob on your chest.
Hold on a
She's, like,
second. I'm
turning
going to
that shit
update
up.
the firmware to the turbo feature.
Relax.
It's like a Tesla. You have to pay extra for that feature, or what?
Like now, my employer knows when there's cunnilingus because I'm out of work for a week.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I've got a battery box right here now, and it's got a sensor that detects my
Damn.
breathing rhythm, and then there's a lead. That's why I've got like the Frankenstein on my neck.
I would come up with a way better story than that as to why you have that on your
So
neck.
what does it do to
Yeah.
your tongue?
Like I got in a
exactly?
knife fight.
Yeah, well, that's for like in public, right?
Yeah.
Like when you cut the line at Target or whatever, and it's like, I'll cut a bitch. You know? And
I
then
ain't
the
scared no blade.
then the like 65-year-old lady backs away. But
good.
yeah, so I don't even know if it's
So
gonna
how
work.
does this mechanism work? Is it on the back of your tongue? What's it do?
I don't really know where
does
the
it just
lead is, but it
Puts like electric impulses there to back your tongue away to.
well, so the problem is that the tongue naturally backs away,
Right.
and that's causing airway obstruction. So this kind of senses the sensor picks up your breathing rhythm, and so before you inhale, it extends the tongue with.
So it gives
with
your tongue like an erection?
right, exactly.
Like one of those
That's
party
actually-
favors.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Do you
yeah.
think Gene Simmons ever had this issue?
I would imagine that
Probably.
with that
Demon.
tongue, he had to have some kind
Yeah.
of blockage.
I had a
think her
friend-
name was Shannon Tweed.
I had a friend that had a.
Huh.
It was like a looked like a pacifier type deal, but you'd squeeze the air out of it, then put it on his tongue, and then it would let out, and it would hold his tongue. So then it would hold it.
Oh no,
It
shit!
sat on the outside of the lips, and it would hold his tongue forward while he slept. I don't know how comfortable it was. We never
Right.
talked about that, but
Huh.
he was showing it to me.
Right.
I don't even know where he got. I'm sure from a doctor or something. But
So this is like the electronic equivalent of that mechanical process.
yeah,
I
basically
guess.
suctioned onto the tongue, and then it had a
He had like the
piece that hung outside
DIY
here, so it held it
Uh-huh.
forward at night.
DIY version.
You'd think
Does
you'd
it?
get
He
like a
pierced it with a very
hematoma.
long-
It's a clothespin with a chopstick.
No, but you point out maybe I could have saved some money and just got like a tongue
I could have made it
piercing
one.
with an extra long barbell.
Yeah.
That would be
That may
awesome.
have worked.
Did you ever? Could it just have been not sleep apnea, and maybe you just got way too high every night?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean-
or way too drunk.
Because when I'm high, when I used to get high, yeah, dude, freaking wake up. That my tongue would be all the way in. I would wake up all the time. I didn't care because I was high. Could that have been it?
No, I've
you just get this-
I've been through like 6 sleep studies and I've had
Yeah,
all
you
kinds of
just
different doctors.
smoke a couple doobies before each one.
Yeah,
I got to duplicate what I do every night.
that's actually part of the process. Yeah. So I was like, you're going to be putting all these wires and shit on my head and I'm supposed to sleep. Can I come in high? And they're like, do what you normally do before you go to bed.
Start whacking
Check.
off.
They have those
But my-
cameras and shit.
But my boyfriend's not available. How am I supposed to do what I normally do?
Normal. Make it normal. Okay.
Usually fucking smack the shit out of my wife right before I go to sleep. Can I have her come in?
After a couple black eyes, I get real tired.
So wrong. You guys are wrong.
Gosh. All right, cool.
Say black guys.
So now, how much are you all healed up? You good to go, or is it?
I've got the like appointment Thursday where they give me this device that connects to my phone. Why it has to connect to my phone to connect to
hitch?
my chest, I don't know.
Probably to keep the readings
like a-
or something.
You just
Yeah,
have like a
must be.
Fitbit in your chest. That's all it is.
Right, yeah, there you go.
This is yeah. So do you got to do more sleep studies then?
Yeah, actually, in like 3 months, I got to go back and they'll see if it's helping.
Does it ever randomly go off in the middle of the day?
They haven't turned it on yet. I gotta
Oh,
wait
it's not
for the
turned on.
surgery
I was gonna
to
say,
heal.
wouldn't
Talking
they?
in
Like while you're talking right now, start
Won't,
fucking drooling.
won't you know if it's effective or not before then?
I don't know that I would. I mean,
Did you even know you had sleep apnea?
So my insomnia is so bad, I did not know that I had sleep apnea.
All right.
They were like, well, the bad news is you have trouble sleeping. The worst news is when you are sleeping, you're really bad at it.
Damn, you
That
suck.
probably
at
is why you
sleeping.
weren't sleeping much, though, breaking you up at night just because you're.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the like score of 30 is considered severe sleep apnea, and mine was like an average of 63, but frequently 75. So
With a
Off the
side of
charts.
severe porn addiction that keeps you up at night. Perfect video, perfect video, perfect video.
that'll be, maybe I gotta. I mean, I'm guessing the ear, nose, and throat guy isn't the guy I talked to get one of those for my dong, but who knows? Maybe he's got connections.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably does.
Hook up 2 fucking leads to a battery.
I mean, I'd
You
rather
never
be
know.
app controlled than have to deal with a medication, right? Hold on. Oh fuck! I gotta reset it again.
Where's that plug in at? My charge port.
Can you imagine the
I got a
convenience or
USB T on
inconvenience
my
of that?
taint now.
Like you ready to get down and well shit, let me get started. Needs an upgrade. Okay.
Fucking
We
firmware.
got to do this update first.
hold on.
It's 3 gigs. It's gonna take like forever.
I've got
Hope
a
you're in the
semi
mood in
because
20
of this
minutes.
fucking firmware.
Yeah, I need hardware.
Someone has a bug. Keeps fucking bending backwards. Trying to like fuck your own ass.
Somebody hacked it.
Something.
I thought it was going to be great
It's like
based
an
on the
innie.
pamphlet, but now I've got a dolphin dick.
It's
It's
like
great
a,
when I need to pick something up and my hands are full, but I can't hit a G spot for
like a
nothing.
fucking elephant trunk. Like shoving grass up your ass. It's like, fuck. He's like an innie.
You've thought about this, haven't you, Al?
I have the app.
This is why Al wanted to bring this up.
I don't need the bag
have
on
the
the
app.
mower anymore. I just
Oh, I got it. So you got the app for his tongue stiffener.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
got it.
That's why I
I thought
picked
that was
him
for
up.
his magic underwear.
That's why I picked him up.
Got it.
So
had to calibrate.
he has to pay for the ride on the way home.
Let me turn that tongue up a bit.
That's how high it can go? Can't go any higher?
Hold on, let me delete and reinstall the Roadhead app.
Recalculating.
This is gonna be awesome.
It's
when we
fucking
pick-
with the radio stations again.
I can't wait to bring the demonstration on the podcast. It's gonna be great. We're definitely gonna get fans for sure.
It was bad enough when I had blue balls. Now I'm dealing with Bluetooth.
Should have just got one of those Billy Basses installed. Turn on the music.
That's a whole new.
to the river.
And now they've got all those like Bluetooth connected shower heads with the speaker built in. So there's, I mean,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of things we could accessorize with.
The Internet of
Fucking tail
Things.
going.
Just have that bass mouth, fucking a large mouth. I need a small mouth, but anyway, that's my problem. But
Oh man, think what you could do with the LEDs. We don't need the lights, baby. You don't even have to reach around for it.
Oh, it's like when you
Reach
engage your
around.
drill and
Yeah,
the light
the-
comes on. See what you're doing?
It would revolutionize the phrase landing strip, though. It'd look like a flight line.
Well, we're down to 0 female viewers.
we
I
lost
don't think we ever
we
had
lost
any.
that one.
We had
We
some.
did have one.
We
His
lost
mom.
the one.
We did have one.
There's some. Well, yeah, I don't want to. There are some.
I know there's at least one.
There's at least one that's subscribed. I can't read the name because it's not in English though, but
We're
does-
sorry.
I think she's Jewish.
She's only subscribed to call me out like, oh, why were you talking about that? Why?
There's no meaning behind it. We're just trying to get laughs. Jeez. I get the same thing. I get the same fucking thing. It's like, why'd you have to say that? It's
Your
like,
wife?
What?
Your
No.
home- your
from,
home-
from females. I'm not pointing anyone out, but
From the female viewers we
Allie
have,
hates
all
this
of
show.
one of.
yeah, she's not gonna be on here anymore. She's done.
She's not.
She's done.
Did we offend her?
Oh yeah.
Come on. What was
You didn't give her a beer.
Oh yeah.
She was pissed. Everyone gets a beer.
Brent wasn't here to share weed with her.
Yeah, there's no weed. I thought you guys did drugs. Like, no, I don't do drugs.
We used to.
Dad, you're such a loser, such a failure.
We did when we were your age, okay?
Viagra is technically a drug, honey, but
But
Not the kind
it's
you
gonna
think.
mess you up if you take one of these.
Yeah.
So,
You'll be wondering why you got a wang on.
but speaking of drugs and big pharma and all that stuff, so I was talking about like a lot of the symptoms and stuff that I had, you know, a couple months back when we were over here, and the laundry list of the worst symptoms that I had for almost a year following my heart attack were all from the cholesterol medication. They were all from the statin.
Statins are
For the
horrible
high
for you, dude.
cholesterol that I didn't fucking have. That every doctor that I saw, the 6 fucking appointments a
That
week
was
I
the
had for
that was the
months.
first $1 billion drug. Statins.
Yeah, it was awful.
They're horrible.
I was that was the other thing fucking up my sleep. Every night I was getting woke up with leg cramps. My hips, knees, ankles, like everything besides
Thought that was from
the parts
masturbating.
that matter. Well, no, those parts were in good shape. It was everything else that was in pain. Those were just numb
Yeah, don't
calluses.
So
don't get me
This is
started
like-
on statins.
this is
This is the
like
worst
middle-
thing for you.
middle
If you're on
school.
statins, get off of them.
Yeah,
This is
no,
like
you're
horrible
absolutely.
we're talking
for
about
you.
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Get the fuck off of there.
No,
We're talking about like Lipitor.
Remind me of this
Atorvastatin.
so I had a friend in middle school, right? He would ask about leg cramps or calf cramps, you know, going to bed. And it's like, well, no, I'm not. Maybe once in a fucking blue moon, but it's not like every fucking week. He would get calf cramps every week. Then one day he's like, oh, I realized why I'm getting calf cramps, because I masturbate in the shower. I was like, what? So what does that have to do with? I masturbate in the shower. When I come, I get on my tippy toes.
I spasm.
And then that night, his fucking calves would cramp. Anyway, carry on.
Well, you know, I never want to do my calves in the gym anyway. Sounds like way better to do your calves in the shower when you know, just finish off your workout in the shower.
That sounds dangerous.
You could slip. You could have
can
one of
work
those
out and rub out.
anti-slip mats.
That's just
on them.
efficiency, is all that is.
Yeah, you
There's
rub-
somebody on the fast track to leadership.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about
Management
efficiency.
candidate.
You're gonna fall backwards, have that tub
Get that
spout
guy
go right
some
up
stock.
Well,
It's like eating on the shitter. Efficiency.
But
exactly.
different.
You're making room and filling the room up at the same time. It makes sense.
If you're eating a banana so you don't get cramps later, then
Test. That's how you got to stretch after you masturbate.
the banana doesn't help.
well, you
if
should
it's
actually
in
do
your rectum.
before.
Before and after. You got to warm up.
you just use that same motion on your calves later to rub them.
It's supposed to be circular, not just up and down.
Oh well, I'll try that next time.
Oh, there you go. Pro tip.
Anyway, so back to your heart or your apnea, not your heart, but your
Your tongue pacemaker.
yeah.
All the miscellaneous. So the
Oh, we're talking about your cholesterol meds. Sorry.
yeah. So the cholesterol meds for the high cholesterol I'd never ever have had in my life.
Yeah. No.
But they follow a flow chart, and that flow chart is at least in part supported by big pharma, and so every step of the flow chart has to have something leading to medication that you pay for.
I'm picturing the flow chart. Does he have insurance? Yes. Give him the prescription. Give him the drugs.
Does he not have insurance? Charge him twice as much for the same
Does the
prescription.
drugs have side effects? Yes. Prescribe these 5 drugs.
Yeah, so I literally
This is like the food pyramid that we grew up with.
I mean, I had
Carbs
cardiologists
should
and
be the base of
hematologists
everything.
and gastroenterologists and all these fucking ologists. For months I was literally in the hospital with a doctor's
Proctologist?
appointment. Like,
and how
those
old
were
are
the
you?
only ones I missed.
How old are you?
46.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It'll be a shame if I outlive you, man.
So this is like, here, I'll give you an
Man.
example of how they'll take advantage of this. These are like people who drink daily, right? And they damage their stomach lining or their intestinal tract or something like that. And then you get all these inflammatory agents that escape into your bloodstream. You have inflammation everywhere. And they go, oh, whoa, your cholesterol is high. Well, yeah, you got inflammation everywhere.
Right.
That's exactly what cholesterol is there for. Is to, if you got high cholesterol, you got inflammation somewhere. Odds are. Not only that, but you also get these inflammatories in your brain as well. You take these statins, now you're doing double damage to your brain. But you can keep drinking. Everything's good. Your cholesterol comes down, but you're robbing your brain of cholesterol, which is made up of like 70% cholesterol.
Right.
And then they go, why? Where's the dementia and the Alzheimer's and stuff coming from?
Right.
Because you're putting people on statins in their freaking 40s. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there's cases where it's hereditary, sure, but statins are horrible, man. And then
So the other-
bone damage and the joint damage and everything else.
The other problem with statins is that it, by themselves, they make it, they create a malabsorption in your body. Your system becomes really bad at consuming minerals and vitamins, which you need for your health, like magnesium and all that other good stuff. Like in my case, iron. So I was anemic before the heart attack, but at no point did any of the doctors say, he's severely anemic, he's severely iron deficient, so maybe we shouldn't put him on a drug that has a known interaction that creates a scenario where the body has trouble absorbing iron. But no, because the flow chart says this guy needs a statin.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story about that too. When I was in my mid-20s, I freaking absolutely obliterated my liver from drinking and partying too much. And my 2 enzymes they used to measure that were through the roof. They were 10 times what they should have been. And I got them down to where they were just double that, what they were supposed to be. It was like, you can't drink beer, don't eat a lot of high fatty foods, blah, 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 blah. Take care of your liver. Okay, so I did that, but I couldn't budget from this doubled number. And then I think it was like they were around 80, both these enzymes that they measure. And so I had a friend who happened to have hepatitis, and he's like, dude, when your liver enzymes get out of control, just take milk thistle. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I pop them. I tell the doctor, I think I'm going to take milk thistle. Oh no, don't do that.
That's also good for iron.
Yeah, and they go, don't take the milk thistle because you don't know how your liver's going to react and whatever and blah blah blah. And they were pushing me to like, if we don't get it down here, we got to put you on this medicine.
Right.
Well, so I went ahead and I did it anyway.
Right.
And the doctor's like, well, we can't believe it now. Your numbers are half what they should be.
Yeah,
and
because you did what
changed?
they told you not to do.
I said, I took milk thistle. They're like, you shouldn't have done that. I go, A, it's my body. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. B, it just proves the point. I don't need your fucking medicine.
Right.
So, yeah, they're gonna steer you away from the holistic way of fixing shit.
I spent a year starting with monthly iron infusions, going to weekly iron infusions, and when you look at the graph, it's like, okay, the iron improved a little bit and went into the low part of the normal range when they moved from monthly to weekly, and then it dropped back down again where I was iron deficient, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's this point where like every point is significantly higher than there's like this huge bell curve or whatever at the end of the graph, and every single one of those were 2 weeks after I stopped taking the statins.
Yeah.
And that's the only change I made.
Anyway, let that be a lesson to you folks. You know, if you want to listen to your doctor, go ahead. But I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with questioning them either. So
Do your research.
do some research.
Yeah.
You got YouTube.
You're
you
gonna
got
get
Google.
us kicked off of YouTube saying shit
know.
like
You
that.
got YouTube. You got, no, you won't.
Just for
Dude,
saying
there's
thistle.
so much of this shit.
You sound gay when you say thistle.
Thistle.
Well, now you sound like a boxer.
You,
He's like, I was taking milk Fauci.
you cannot sound tough just saying thimble. You motherfucker, give me back my thimble.
Thimble.
You cannot sound tough saying thimble.
But anyway, all right. You folks do what you want, but there's plenty of research on the internet. Go look it up.
Yeah, do your research first, folks. Don't
Anyway.
just-
Or just watch the
If you
Joe
care
Rogan
about your
podcast.
or watch our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just gave a lot of great advice right there. So,
Yeah, too
Well,
bad.
and so
all
like,
because Brent's a fucking wreck at the age of 46.
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
And to segue from that, right
Yeah, I
now,
thought
all
it
of
was
a
like
sudden,
68.
There's all these videos out there, right, of people in sports. These are folks who are as physically fit as
humans can be.
right, and they're falling out in practice, and they're falling out in games, and they're getting tackled and ending up in the hospital. I mean, the commonality, like I was one of those people
They're
that was like,
vaccinated?
I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to get the vaccination, right? But
Well,
yeah,
I
the
just never.
timing-
I'll just say this.
Wrong.
I'm not saying anything here, but I never heard of SADS before that.
Is that like SIDS?
It's like SIDS, but it's sudden adult death syndrome.
It's like when you have a lot of people that's depressed, they're sads.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah,
since
it's
we're on these
plural.
more morbid topics, here
But
we
they're-
are on the 10th of January, 2023. Let's talk about people who have died, famous people who have died already. We're 10 days into the new year. Can you name one?
Yeah.
Milton Berle?
I'm bad with names. I'm good with faces.
Well, the one recently, actually, she died in December, though, 26th, but the family didn't announce it until earlier this week, was Victoria Lee, MMA fighter. I don't know if you know the Lee family. Christian Lee, Angela Lee, and then the
Bruce Lee?
youngest Bruce Lee. the youngest
Jet?
daughter was Victoria Lee.
Jet Li died?
Jet Li. Nah, but she passed away in December 26th. She's only 18 years old.
Well, that's
Do they know
They're
why?
MMA fighters.
that's last
So,
December 26th.
yeah.
All right, I'll count it as part of 2023 since you don't know how to read a calendar. But
Chinese
that's
New
pretty
Year,
unfortunate.
motherfucker.
It's not yet. It's in February.
no, was it
He uses the
kid?
Mayan
I'll,
calendar.
I'll start with Noah, whatever his name is, the kid who created TikTok. It's 21 years old, committed suicide.
Holy cow.
Which should
He's
tell
not
you something about
Chinese?
TikTok.
Oh, his
Did not
last name
know
was
that.
Lee as well, or what?
It was just a couple days ago. This is just this year in the last 10 days. Diamond from Diamond and Silk passed away.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the other one was, well, if you know who Ken Block is,
Oh.
the rally car racer and the.
Oh, there's
yeah,
other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
But he died on the second from upending his probably super high powered snowmobile.
Right.
I doubt if it was just
Right.
your standard run of the mill snowmobile, but
Yeah, it was like a Travis Pastrana.
Probably
snowmobile,
vaccine related.
probably.
that one I don't think was vaccine related.
there was a
Diamond-
I heard
might
they
have
put the
been.
vaccine in the gas tank.
there's an actress that passed right recently.
I don't know.
There's
You know
an
what?
actress.
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, there's probably
Who's died in 2023?
It was an actress. God
Christy
damn.
Alley.
No.
She is in fact an actress.
Yeah, and she passed away
Oh yeah.
last year though.
Last
yeah,
year.
towards the end of last
December. It was in
I think
December.
hers was
wasn't it?
cancer, though.
Notable
Yeah, hers was
people.
cancer.
Notable people who passed away. And what is this? You're gonna make me fuck.
The real Joe Biden died. With the different earlobes.
Oh,
You know,
Adam-
the one with the real
Adam
the different
Rich
earlobes?
from 8 is Enough. He's passed. No, there was a. Damn.
But let's not have a repeat of 2022. Holy crap, were there a bunch of legends lost in 2022.
Like who? When did Eddie Van Halen pass? Was that 2020?
Probably. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Damn.
What?
Okay, it's not listening. I know there was a woman, an actress. That was probably in 2022. That was probably like December.
You mean Betty White?
No.
Yeah, that was the worst part of 2022, losing Betty White. Who would have saw that coming? I thought she was going to live forever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not an actress, but Barbara Walters.
Bubba Walters?
Yeah.
She's an actress to a point.
Yeah, that's about the only thing she was good for is that.
Oh, and the Pope
and even that
Benedict.
she did badly.
Oh, and Pele. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
all last
Pele.
month, though. This all happened last month.
Yeah, this last month. I'm saying
Yeah.
just in 2010, but we can give honorable
I do
mentions to
think
last
Barbara
month.
Walters would be a person that would be worth meeting before she had passed. That
Didn't-
woman has a
didn't-
lot of
Didn't
history.
you meet her?
No, she wasn't there
on The
that day.
View?
She was actually not there that day.
Really? She knew you were coming.
Probably. So I
there's-
just set her for a hot Rosie O'Donnell.
So those of you who don't know, go back to one of our older podcasts. There's Justin Tells a Story where he was on The View. Actually, your son was on The View,
Yeah.
or your family, or was it just your son?
He was on there. Yeah,
And
I was in the crowd.
You guys were in the audience.
I gotta watch that
no
again. You
kidding.
gotta send it back. Send it out. Put a link.
I did not know.
There is a
so I'm
link.
learning
So when you're
something here.
watching that, pay attention because when I was younger, I didn't worry about having anything nice for clothing. So what I'm wearing on the show is exactly what I was wearing at one of the presentations, which they show during the show.
Oh my God, he only has one shirt.
He's only got one
So I'm wearing it
one
during
Gucci outfit.
this whatever is going on, and then they show me on the show, and I have the same shirt on. So I'm like,
Well, it could have been like, I knew this shirt was in what they were going to show, so I wore the shirt to make the
it was
connection.
I mean, it was luck of the draw, but it was just after I watched it later, I go, that's fucking outstanding.
Could have planned it better.
I was wearing the Pink Floyd shirt to the Pink Floyd concert. God damn it.
Yeah, how you guys feel about that? Wearing the band shirt of the concert you're going to. Do you wear the band shirt arriving there? I understand when you buy the shirt there.
I don't think it's a good idea because if you buy the shirt there and decide to put it on right away, then you may lose the other shirt. You may go home with only one shirt. Odds of you going home with only one shirt if you wear the shirt.
Mine's is,
See what I'm
you
saying?
see, I lose my shirt all the time. You've seen the past podcast. I'll lose my shirt
Well, only when you drink a lot of whiskey. So
Yeah.
you must drink a lot of whiskey at concerts.
all the time.
Yeah.
See, I would always wear a Guar shirt to the Guar concerts, but
To
that's
Bette Midler?
because it would
The
like...
Bette Miller
you did-
concerts.
yeah.
That
But
wind,
they,
wind
like-
beneath
I'm a
my wings.
Barbara
or whatever.
Streisand man myself.
I actually been to a Bette Miller concert.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
I've been to a Nelson Twins concert.
Have you really been to Nelson? That
They were
was
playing at Six Flags in Great America. I was like in 8th grade, and it's
Oh, like one
to
of those.
stay
Yeah.
out later.
Well,
It's like
first time I went to Disneyland in Anaheim. I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, but saw Pat Boone. He was in concert there. So I'm telling my dad, who's Pat Boone? He's
That's
like,
remarkable
You know
when-
who Pat Boone is?
when I introduced
no, who the
Curtis
fuck's
to
that?
people. I used to introduce him as one half of Nelson.
he had to dye his hair to escape the fame.
He's a triplet they don't talk about.
Oh, man.
Well, what's
shit.
the like one of the worst, like not the worst, but like I guess off the wall concerts you've been to?
I don't go to a lot of concerts.
Oh, so
Well, there's only
speaking of
one
Guar,
that does off the wall.
Pink,
MJ?
Pink Floyd.
right?
Oh, Pink Floyd. Oh, that's the wall.
That's the
Oh,
off the wall.
MJ.
Off the wall are Vans, you dumb dumb.
I know, but-
MJ, Off the Wall was the album before Thriller. Off
Oh.
the Wall, MJ.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
because
Michael
he got
Jordan.
off of Pink Floyd.
He got
Michael Jordan used to.
wait.
Michael
Remember
Jordan
when he
used
was
to
in
sing.
Pink Floyd?
yeah.
Oh,
Remember when Michael Jackson was in
Was
Pink
in
Floyd?
Pink
Yeah, they cut him out.
And
the
then he went
background.
solo and made that album Off the Wall.
The Darker Side of the Moon. Because he was the only black member.
Was that the one that
it's back when he
That-
still was black.
Oreo funded as Choreos, and it was like Corey Haim, Michael Jackson, Corey Feldman,
Yeah, he was
and a
in the-
sandwich.
He did the background vocals in Pink Floyd. Like, hey, you, man. He's like,
He's like, I always feel like.
He does the background vocals in a lot of nightmares for some child actors that are grown now. I hear, maybe, no,
what?
That's
you lost-
alleged.
you lost
Alleged
me.
nightmares.
You lost me. Alleged.
Like this.
Allegedly.
yeah, alleged ostrich fuckers.
Nah, he would have got busted if that was true.
Corey
man.
Feldman said he didn't.
Webster said he did.
He renegotiated his position on that. He said he can no longer defend Michael Jackson.
I don't believe it now.
Nah, he would have got in trouble with that. All that shit.
Macaulay
was real.
Culkin says he never did.
Yeah, he would have. Like, in my opinion, he would have got fucked if all that shit was
That's
true.
what what's his
He
name
would've.
said. Who's a comedian?
Chappelle.
No.
Louis,
The one
was
that
it Louis
was-
C.K. or
The one that had a private show. He bought it back and
Andrew Schultz.
Isn't he the one that said that? Or was it Chappelle?
Maybe.
Maybe it was Chappelle.
I don't know. He talked about. I think he would have. At that point, with fucking lawyers, ambulance chasers, whatever you want to call them, they just see the dollar signs. They are going to go fucking after it. It would have been left and right if that shit was real.
Not if he's part of the Illuminati.
Probably.
Can you think of it that way?
Yeah.
Look at what Hillary gets away with. She eats babies, dude.
Abortion omelets.
We're going back. We're down.
All right, well, let's go back to the concerts. Brent, what coolest concert you ever been to?
Coolest.
I don't know about coolest, but so I was at the Limelight in New York and saw Guar, who opened for themselves on a full set as the band X-Cops. Oh. And they did a full set and a couple.
Then they went and got dressed in different outfits.
Yeah, like the hardest.
All they had to do is dump blood
band.
all over themselves. Dump fake blood.
Those guys are hard. Those guys were hard workers. For sure.
The lead singer, he died from a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was not into drugs. He just got curious, right? And you know that story behind that.
Yeah.
He just did it once and fucking died.
Yeah, because they
It's
used
like
to.
Mike in college.
Yeah, this is not the real Mike. This is the replacement Mike.
Yeah.
The real Mike
I'm
died.
I'm the fake
I
Mike.
meant
Wait,
he
what?
wasn't
I'm the
gay.
real Mike.
Android Mike, AI Mike.
Mike wasn't gay.
He died in college in like 95, 96. And when did you go to college? Somewhere around there.
Dude, I was in the military. I was in the Air Force
Oh,
in 95,
like
96.
2000, 2002. When you
I
go to college?
graduated college in 2003.
There you go. So that was what, when you start in like 1995, the 7-year plan is what what you were on. Yeah,
So,
there are
right.
lots of people that got to
Hey.
go to school for 6 years. Yeah,
You
they're
remember
called
when
doctors.
he was going and him and his friend Blue? Remember his friend Blue?
When he passed away.
Blue, you're my boy.
This is for you, Blue. Oh,
Hey.
we always dust
Laugh all you want.
Streak in the
Guess
quad.
guess who didn't pay out of pocket for his college?
Well, your parents paid for it too?
No,
You have
this
Asian
they call
parents?
Montgomery GI Bill, bro.
The GI Bill.
I think Blue left
That
him.
paid
So
for my
you
first
all
divorce.
paid for it. Thank you very much.
Oh, then I'm not going to feel bad about moving the fuck in here.
Well, I'll have you know that college degree did not put me anywhere where
I-
I'm at now.
Prepaid my rent already.
I finished college the first time in like 95. I guess that's not the same thing as graduating.
You were done with
And then
it.
I went into the army. Yeah, I just finished it.
I was
like,
done with college. And I
Discovered
I'm
you were on
finished
a
with
like
it.
all
just
these
done with it.
classes are really making it hard for me to stay high.
And then you went back with Rodney Dangerfield. And
I just went in the army and got a
triple
cold
Lindy.
pack. Robitussin can get this job done. It'll make you sick, but it'll get the job done.
Shakespeare for everyone. Oh, I like to tame her shrew. The one-liners in that.
Oh man, and Sam Kinison at his best in that one,
Oh,
right?
say it!
Well, pussies like you.
Say it!
Shit.
Wow.
Maybe the pastor across the street over here.
Give me
Maybe
a
he's
call
like
when you have no
the
class.
Sam Kinison pastor.
Yeah, some class. Yeah, we were going back. Probably half our viewers want to know who fucking Rodney Dangerfield and Sam Kinison is. Or even
Look it up. We're not
referring
going
to
to do
some
the
of these
research for
movies
you.
back to school.
Even
and-
half of our viewer.
And Dangerfield didn't even start his comedy career till he was like in his mid 50s.
Yeah. Well, Kinison, he got hit by a car or something, right? He got a concussion, and then his personality
Knocked
just
the
changed.
religion right out of his head.
Yeah, he was a minister, right, or something like that, and then went into comedian, stand-up comic,
I mean,
whatever you call it.
yeah.
He became a comedian.
I mean, he took care of Jessica Hahn's holies. Hey-o.
Every time I kiss you, I can taste what other men had for lunch. Oh, oh. Where you did that cover? Wild thing, right? Wild thing.
Well, yeah. Oh man, he was on Saturday Night Live for some like Christmas thing way back in the day, and had a very similar song that was just as touching and sentimental. That was the Ford Fairlane days too, kind of, right?
Dice.
Yeah.
We were talking about something earlier. Oh, using the left hand. And Dice had a bit on that too. Like it was my fucking palsy hand. I'm fucking punching myself in the face. They're slipping off and
Palsy.
Sometimes when I'm all alone, I like to sit on my hand until it goes numb, and then I masturbate. I call it the stranger.
That's creepy. That was creepy, Brent.
See, I like to take.
It's got the narration
Dave
voice for it.
Chappelle puts the comedy in things, and I take the comedy back out of it.
You got any stories, Al?
Not off the top of my head. I got some videos though, but we'll get to them if we have time though, because you have any stories?
So I had some stories, but I had heard this one over the weekend, so I looked it up quick about how trans age is now a legitimate thing. I saw this on the news the other day. Trans age activists now claim age is a social construct.
Yeah.
Just
cool.
like-
I'm 65. Give me my fucking social security.
Yeah, no shit. Like,
So I'm not gonna
I was
go and
already
read
an
the whole
early
thing,
achiever. Like, fuck it. Had a heart attack.
But
I'm 72 now.
The story I saw basically, they were talking about it, and it led to the fact that this was going to give license to pedophiles to be able to.
I
'cause they
can't
could
see
be
that
like,
happening ever.
No, this 12-year-old is mature for their age.
Or
They're
I'm
really
I'm
19.
only 13.
Oh, yeah. Either way, it's bad news.
Yeah, of course. I think that would
Yeah.
happen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if they say it's not going to happen, then it is. It's like, we're not grooming the children in bars, but we're really grooming the children in bars.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they say it's not going to happen,
We're
they
not
deny
selling
it, it's
cigarettes
happening.
to kids with a dick-faced camel, but hey-o.
Dick face camel.
So how old do you identify as, Mike?
Can you just go old? If it's in transition, do you have to use a specific age, or can it now be brackets?
Oh, that's a good
Teenage
question.
20s, 30s.
Yeah, like
Wouldn't you
what's-
want to identify as older?
I was
mean, it
going to
seems like there's
identify
more
both
benefits.
as like a. I don't know. I can't pick an age actually.
I'm a geriatric.
No, I'd be like a young kid and hope an old man molests me.
Oh, I didn't even think of that whole spin there.
You were like, I only want to be a couple hours younger, so I'm not in this podcast right now.
You molested by your high school
So I
teacher.
could not answer
Yeah,
the door
exactly.
when
I
you
don't
guys
think
got here.
age transition is the same thing as time travel, but who knows?
Okay, speak like if you go back in time to live your life again, knowing what you know now, you bring it back with you. What age? Like
What would
basically,
I rewind back to?
Yeah, you could start over from one age point, or something like that. Where would you start from?
Newborn, I'd be Stewie.
Talking at 3 weeks old, just fucking.
Hey,
Where's
Brian.
my fucking beer?
Knowing what I know now,
Yeah,
I would go back to my early 20s for sure.
knowing what you know now.
I would definitely go pre-18.
I
Right,
really,
like,
I really
make it
think
difficult
junior
to
high, because that's
prosecute.
when you really started having fun with
Yeah.
friends and stuff.
I think freshman in high school.
Get way
Yeah,
more, you know
that's
what?
more like what I was looking for.
Get way more, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Definitely.
Maybe not so much for that reason, but maybe even start earlier at
Are
like
you not a
sixth
man?
grade and be like, I identify as a Black Hawk helicopter.
Knowing what I know now.
Oh, that's why you're always going down. I knew it.
Yeah, I would
I
definitely.
would still go back to my early 20s.
I'll go
Then
freshman in high
I would
school.
know how to do shit then
Yeah.
that I'm doing now.
and try to get a full scholarship probably somewhere. Go to a real college.
Fuck that. I'd just buy stock.
But
Well,
I mean,
that-
you think about like all the companies that are like, oh, this is fly by night, and now they're like corporate monsters.
Yeah.
yeah, you're saving all your birthday money. So
Yeah, you
why are
could
you
do that.
saving your birthday money? It's like,
Of
well,
course, me, I'd be like, Dad, here's
Did
$100.
you say go back to a time, or did you say go back to an age?
Oh,
Either-
I see what you
either
mean.
one.
That's a different.
'Cause I
either
can't
one.
go back in age and buy like Microsoft
Well,
stock
time.
in 1981.
Go back in time.
Right.
Okay, then I'll go
you-
back to
you-
1981, and I'll just be like, Dad, just take all my money and put it in my. You know what? I got $150 in the bank. Just buy me some Microstock shares,
Amazon.
and then don't touch it.
The problem is,
Ever.
as we're discussing that, I can see my dad being like, "Fucking, God, I'm putting in bone stock. Fucking Microsoft. What the fuck's wrong with that kid?"
Well, the thing is a lot of people did that, right? So
Trying to cash out, and he's like, I actually invested that in whiskey.
CDs.
You're hard to deal with.
I went to the bank and got you some CDs. No, trust me, Brent. You're better off this.
yeah, it's like I don't
Is
know.
that Freedom Rock, man? That kind of CD? Turn it up.
It's like, no, I invested it in this new type of cassette that has silver tape in it. Go.
Laser disc.
Can you imagine that? It was, why are you saving all your money, your birthday money? So I'm waiting for Amazon. Right? The river?
What?
Bitcoin, Dad.
Stupid
What?
kid told me to buy up Microsoft shares, but I'm putting it in Betamax. That technology's going places.
No, I like this Lotus 123 shit. We're gonna invest in this shit. None of this Microsoft.
The thing, man. Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going to hit.
HD DVD, buddy.
Nah, Tandy. I want to invest in Tandy. Those computers are fucking.
I want to invest in. If it was today, I would just invest in whatever the Pelosi's are investing in.
Yeah.
So,
You know what they're.
because they're the only ones winning in the stock market.
You know,
right?
one of the companies they're investing in, right? TSMC.
Really? That doesn't surprise me.
And she was just there.
Because we got to put
She
the
was-
chips from that and microchip and all these other ones into the drones.
Yeah,
that
but
are
they're
flying.
building down in Arizona, aren't they?
Sell them to Russia.
They're talking about another one too, another plant. You heard about? Yeah, we'll get into that one. But then I sent you guys that article about.
Yeah, some home team chip makers that were in that drone.
The Iranian drone that Ukraine. Well, the Russians got it from Iran. It was shot down.
Well, hypothetically, if you had a company that made chips and you locked people into buying for over a year, even now that they don't need any, they would have extras to sell off at a profit.
Yeah. Anyone could buy them. Anyway, these are not proprietary, like U.S. top secret.
I beg to differ. They're selling it to them because they'll probably buy them
Yeah,
at
but
a premium.
if they're
rather
able to
than-
go into military stuff, I had to take a class about this. at
why?
work.
Why do we still have a
Then they're
shortage?
regulated, and you're not allowed to sell those types of things if they can be used.
Right, that's one. But two is, but if you can circumvent that by just charging them more if they're willing to pay, even though they're paying with our dollars anyway, so that we gave them. Or we can sell them to the American people to put in their cars and shit like that, like American people need.
I can buy one of them. I can go and buy
toasters.
one of them.
Well, because you look like a foreigner, dude.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're not going to ask what I'm using this for. Actually, back in the day, Radio Shack did ask, right? They had to ask. Oh, what
I don't
is
know.
this for?
None of us here are Asian, so we never bought
Yeah,
chips
we didn't buy
individually.
shit.
I think so. I think
we weren't trying to
they
build
had
anything when we were 12.
When
We
you
bought shit from like Computer City and stuff where it was already built.
No, but yeah, I remember. I think anyone out there, if you're old like me, but my memory is like failing me now. But I'm pretty sure if you
Not
bought
surprising.
certain chips or whatever from Radio Shack, they had to ask what it's for, and use it as radio or whatever.
Porn.
you say.
Like, come on. What else would I use it for?
No, but so like.
But I think that there were, you couldn't sell to certain countries though.
Yeah, but I can buy one. You can
Libya.
buy one. The exact same.
So why
ones.
weren't we buying these to make a profit by selling them to Russia?
You could buy one and just sell it to anybody. Like, there's no law against that. And at the end user, you're not gonna ask. Like on eBay, you can buy all these chips, and anywhere, and they're not gonna ask what the.
Well, that's true. You can buy fentanyl online now. So
So I mean, they might have
Pull it up.
they might have laws in place.
Let's
I'm not
purchase
pulling
some.
that shit up on my
Let's
computer.
purchase some. Let's see how this goes down.
No,
No, but the shit that is made here, like that's just common shit. Common computer shit, common chip shit that is used in everything,
Well, you know why that drone crashed.
I got a pretty good idea. The AIT wasn't working right that day. It's
I
my
had my
It's
hands
my
on that
fault for
one
quitting.
directly.
It's probably right in the middle of a power bomb.
Probably. fucking A175. God damn it.
Fuck this tool.
I can't imagine what the bill's like there now. It's through the roof when I was there. Now the energy's gone up so much. Freaking gotta be
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, half the building shut,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Well, whatever.
And we're talking about stories. Was that was that the story?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where we go with this? Oh yeah, the time
So
travel.
my
shit.
favorite concert was
Oh, it was the time travel shit. But
Primus
anyway,
and
You're talking about
let's move on.
trans age. I don't even know how
Primus
this
and
got onto-
Fishbone.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this in an older
I
podcast, but
think we
whatever.
did.
But it's cool. It's fun. But what was yours? Guar? Guar would be probably one of your coolest.
I saw a lot of Guars, but the first concert, like actual real concert I went to, was Primus and Fishbone, and that was one of the best ones.
Yeah, I haven't been to enough concerts to really have. I have one cool one.
I've
that's
only
not-
been to a couple
I have
concerts.
two cool ones actually. I should say.
I managed to see all the times that I saw Danzig in concert was before he looked like the cartoon rendition of him on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So that was a plus.
Mother. You had a cool story. You met Shaq.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, I mean, you made it up.
I mean, I
but
lived in right.
you
yeah,
made
I
it up. You know.
Actually, my speaking of Danzig and Shaq, the second tattoo I got was from a Danzig 5 album cover, and it was by the artist who did the Superman emblem for Shaq.
Are you still getting
Well,
residuals for that advertisement or what?
What was the album 5? Which one was that?
Oh god!
Just show us the tattoo.
I don't
Pull your pants down.
Demon. Was it Demon?
My tramp stamp.
Was it Demon Child or?
It just
I-
says Danzig.
I don't even. Yeah, I think it was just Danzig 5. Yeah, I don't know.
Favorite Danzig?
Probably How the Gods Kill.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the.
Why do you
fucking best.
Why do you have this tramp stamp that says Danzig's? It says Danzig 5.
Crimson Ghost?
I mean, come on, guys. It said dick, and I had to like edit it when I, got married.
Sounds like Snoop Dogg is saying Dick, Dan's Nick.
Nick Schnizzle.
Let me see your Dan's Nick.
It's his last caress on here. Fucking trash
Oh,
that.
man.
Who's this Danzig guy? Fucking misfits, motherfucker.
Oh shit! Who else has a story?
Our favorite concert.
I think I did already mention it though. I went to. It was a very small venue with Neurosis and Biohazard
In that Mbop group,
open
Nice.
for Pantera.
Hanson.
Nice.
And it was a real small
Pantera.
venue because it was a one night stop that they were doing while they're in town.
Pantera, what album were they touring or promoting at that time?
Far Beyond Driven.
Nice.
Nice. Seen them at a club
If I
in
remember.
Hawaii.
No, wait, no. I take that back. It was a great Southern Trendkill.
Yeah.
So
Not their
I
best.
don't care. They played a lot of their old shit too.
That one and
They played a lot off Cowboys and a lot off
the
Vulgar
one,
Display.
what was the other one after that sucked ass too?
I don't know.
Reinventing the Steel or whatever.
After I never purchased another Pantera album after Great Southern Trendkill. I was like, this isn't that good. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go see them in a small venue.
Oh, those are the best. I saw them in a club venue in Hawaii. They were touring for the Cowboys from Hell album. So they were talking like 91 or so.
Yeah, shit. I think I was in like second grade.
Well, and I was like, they were a band.
It was a Hawaiian cover band of Pantera.
I mean, with these clubs, like the audience is just jumping on stage diving. No one, the security doesn't stop them.
Well,
Right.
the Hawaiians wrote most of their music anyway. It's like most regular people would say, brah. It's hard, brah.
You see us coming, we ought to get a duck for cover. We taking over this town. The Hawaiians from Hell.
The Hawaiians from hell.
I saw Ozzy in the No More Tours tour, which was like 24 tours ago.
They're having a reality show again
Oh, no kidding.
with Ozzy.
Are they?
And the family, yeah.
I can only understand him when he's singing.
Sharon!
I couldn't understand them years ago when they had the other show.
Right, yeah.
It's like, what do you say? Back it up.
Oh, man. White Zombie.
Finish with my woman.
Before White Zombie split up, they put on a good show. They put on a much better show than Rob Zombie ever has.
Rob
I
Zombie.
bet. I really liked White Zombie.
You know, he was one of the artists.
Rob Zombie was
for,
okay, but White Zombie, when that album came out, I was like, oh yeah, this rocks.
He was one of the artists for Beavis and Butthead. That's why he showed the video during Beavis and Butthead. I think that's the first time I saw them was on Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, when their album came out, yeah, it was just unique.
You know,
it's catchy, and it was just
Right.
like this shit.
You want to
rocks.
simulate?
It was like groove rock, kind of like
Yeah.
Pantera-ish. So was
You
that-
want to simulate the dance they would do on Beavis and Butthead? Just on the edge of the couch twerking.
There's another one, No Doubt. Eric Stefani, I think that was his name, but it was Gwen Stefani's older brother. He was in the band. That was actually his band. But at this point where there's a fork in the road, like he had a job for The Simpsons. He was an artist for The Simpsons also.
Oh, really?
So he had to choose the band or follow this career. He went with The Simpsons, and then fucking No Doubt blew up. That's why No Doubt's been featured on The Simpsons too.
Okay.
He probably made more money on The Simpsons.
Oh, I bet.
Right.
I bet. I think his name was Eric Stefani. But
I was a big fan of Sepultura, but then like when I went into the army, I kind of stopped following them. And a few years ago, I went back and was like, "Oh, are those guys still making albums?" Yeah. It's been like fucking 7 bands in the last 20 years. It's like none of the original members. It was like they did like the original band only did like 3 albums, and they've got like a bunch of albums, but every single album is damn near a complete new band under the same title.
They had
same label.
Max Cabrera was
right.
The wife was the manager, and everyone hated the wife. So
Okay.
that's why they split, and that's why
that'll do it.
Max made Soulfly.
She was the Brazilian Yoko Ono.
I guess
I didn't listen to Sepultura. I did listen to Soulfly though.
best Sepultura album, Roots.
No, Beneath the Remains, maybe.
Beneath the Remains. I don't like the production on that. It's just so noisy.
Yeah, it's more like it definitely sounds more like a garage track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was the one after?
What do you want to talk about, Justin?
Well, you guys, what's your favorite? What's your favorite metal album?
I'm filling in for Nick.
I don't.
I got you, Nick.
I don't know. There's too many damn good metal albums out there.
No, it was my favorite Sepultura was Arise.
What about that Midwinter album?
Midwinter.
Oh, I have that album.
Yeah, I have it too.
So he was gonna give me a free one, and I said, "No, I'll just buy it because he can't even afford sleeves on his shirt.
I got it for free because I don't even listen to that shit. He gave it to me.
It's pretty cool. Midwinter.
There was a lot of screaming on there. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell what
there's
was
a
being
lot of
said.
screaming and a lot of.
It's like, what is this band called? Was written Midwinter. I can't read a fucking
It was
letter.
spelled wrong too.
It's like you got a bunch of twigs and just dropped it on the ground. There, spells Midwinter. You had to spell it different.
It was similar to chicken bones. They just threw them down. That's how they came up with their name.
Doesn't it have a Y or something? Because
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
there
so.
was
like
another band,
MYD. Yeah.
another band called
They had a
Midwinter, so they
Viking
had
shaman.
Mid-fall
Do the-
sounded terrible.
Midsummer.
They well, there's a lot of
Good movie.
Cookie Monster rock singing in that too. So it's just I was never into that. I'd rather deal with the screaming than the Cookie Monster shit. So
Yeah.
like
I was
listen to
okay with the Cookie
Deftones,
Monster. I was a big fan of Monstrosity and Deicide and
and I'd rather
Cannibal
probably
Corpse.
stick to more
I got-
Deftones myself.
I got used to that Cookie Monster thing, so it doesn't bother me as much. But Deftones, fucking one of my favorite. What they're called, like the Radiohead of new metal, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
I
always
mean they were definitely unique.
experimenting. Every album was different,
Yeah.
and they drifted far from the new metal scene. I mean, to me, they're not new metal anymore.
Yeah.
They're, I don't know what you call them. They're definitely alternative metal, some type of metal, but they are not new metal.
I miss
Crazy.
different varieties of metal where there were actually like different niches within metal, and now it's. I must be old. I hate new music.
Yeah, that's usually a sign, and I'm kind of with you there. I don't even like, yeah.
Grunge fucking ruined metal.
Yeah, in some ways. Absolutely. But now you got, like grunge came out, Nirvana and everything, and yeah, they were a hip new sound no one had ever heard of. And now you got kids running around with their t-shirts on, they can't even name a song.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was just a brand.
Right. Nirvana's probably the worst of that. Like, I have to imagine that like 80% of the people with stickers and t-shirts for Nirvana have never heard a single one of their songs other than Teen Spirit.
Yeah, they're like, what, man? I mean, they just thought it was a brand.
Metallica's another one. You see all these
Right.
Beyonce and whatnot. They're wearing Metallica shirts. and
Because of the
Kardashians.
fucking loaded
You don't
and
listen to that
reloaded
shit.
and unloaded and double loaded and caught my loaded.
half loaded.
fuck.
Half
I agree
cocked.
with you. I agree with you.
I
They
struggled
sold
with
out
the
hard.
Black Album, and it only got worse from there.
Yeah, I was the same way. I struggled with the Black Album. And Justice for All and everything before, good. I'm good with.
I only know Enter Sandman. That's the only song I
That's
know.
All
the
you need-
Black
that's
Album.
all you need to know.
And I remember Lars Ulrich going off on the
Napster.
Napster
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was a-
ahead of his time, really, on
He
that
was a
whole thought.
dick.
Well, that was the same time where they were all like, "We were never heavy metal. Like everybody called us heavy metal. We do our own thing and all this." And
Really?
it's like, really, dude?
What would you call like Orion on Master of Puppets?
Yeah. Well, it was like
What would you
when
call
they-
Master of Puppets on
when
Master
they were
of Puppets?
saying all that shit, like people, this was early internet, but people would put up like videos from their concerts, with,
Yeah.
banging their heads, and it was like, really, dude?
We cut our hair. We were never metal.
Right? Yeah.
That was the whole thing because there was such a dramatic change in their sound with the Black Album, and it just sounded
Load.
too mainstream. And they cut
Right.
their hair, and you're like, "Whoa, why'd you guys change?" You know?
Yeah. Well, once they lost the like Dave Mustaine and Glenn Benton influences, then
Cliff Burton.
Cliff Burton, not Glenn Benton. Glenn Benton, that's Deicide, right? Anyways, yeah, Cliff Burton and Dave Mustaine. Once those influences were out of the band, it was a totally different band.
So I think the Illuminati killed Cliff Burton,
Could be.
and some of the bandmates are part of the Illuminati, so it makes sense.
I mean, he's the only one of all the people on the bus that died when a bus flipped over.
And he got that bunk by chance. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Could have just been
I'm not
Roadhead
saying the
gone
Illuminati.
wrong.
The Illuminati killed Cliff Burton. That's a little ridiculous. But anyway, anything else to make this podcast eventful before we just
Too
release
late.
another uneventful one?
Too late.
Shit.
Talking about music.
Damn it. Yeah, we go down a rabbit hole with music because we all kind of listen to a lot of that, except for Justin. And Justin's probably like the majority of like the 10 fans that we got who've never heard of what we're talking
Well,
about.
he's a different.
They're like, I know Metallica, I know Enter Sandman, you know.
Nah, he's how old are you? You're a different generation. Right?
47.
So you would be
Second oldest here.
second oldest. Damn. But you're more into hip hop. You see.
Me and Nick.
So you probably did you? So who were the rap artists you listened to back in the day? Like in the
I mean,
80s,
really,
90s?
who got me into it? Public Enemy was the main group.
Okay.
That I mean, I listened to stuff before that.
Probably Easy E and
That was
DJ Quick, baby.
Yeah,
What
a lot
about,
of
like,
DJ Quick.
Too short.
Too short.
Bushwick Bill.
I mean, anything from that time. Yeah.
NWA.
Ghetto Boys,
Oh yeah, get it.
Early night. Get a voice.
a lot of East Coast stuff, nice and smooth. And,
Right.
I mean, anything EPMD, all that stuff.
Tupac, Biggie.
Yeah, I mean, eventually that in the '90s. And,
Yeah, that was mid to
yeah.
late '90s, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, because he was
East versus
Wu
West.
he was
Tang
dead late
Clan.
'90s.
Yeah, like a lot of Wu-Tang. Man, any of that
Broccoli
stuff.
V.
Broccoli B.
Of the southern bands or the southern hip hop.
Big Daddy Kane.
like Tribe Called Quest. Or not
Yeah,
Tribe.
Tribe. Classic album there.
Too Short Rib.
Too short
So
or
Busta
not.
Rhymes. What else?
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
Well, I
Ice
can't think of
Cube,
that fucking
Ice-T,
band.
Busta
Used to listen to a
Rhymes,
lot of underground stuff, and I think a lot of the new stuff resembles a lot of the underground.
Yeah.
Like it, I hate to say it, but it didn't have the greatest rhythm, which is why it didn't go mainstream. But now that form of music is very mainstream.
right.
They lost their
I know what you're
DJs.
saying.
Yeah,
Everything's done on a computer now.
yeah. But that's the way all music is going now.
See, I don't know. There's like a.
I mean, country's going that way. Rock is going that way.
Yeah, but
Rock's going.
It's killing
What do you
it
call it? Auto tune hip hop is what it's.
Yeah, it's killing
or not
it.
So
rock,
is country.
Country is.
Yeah.
because
I can't listen to the country station.
everything is so perfect. The whole timing is so perfect. It's killing it because that's not what music's supposed to sound like. Not naturally created music.
Right.
You know, it's not natural to have it, and I have a feeling everything's going to go backwards.
like AI art,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
it can take.
If I can write code, I
Stuff.
can write make the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I think eventually the non-mainstream is going to be to
Go
go to bands, and it's going to catch on again.
And just get a regular 8-track or 16-track and
But I remember when LL Cool J did the live band on the MTV whole thing, and that was a big friggin'
the
deal.
unplug was it?
Yeah, and he did that, I think,
and like-
Yeah, it is. You
touring.
can see
and-
his deodorant.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a huge deal when like Run DMC and Aerosmith collaborated.
Oh, that was a big
Oh, yeah.
fucking deal.
That was
Absolutely.
huge.
It re-sparked Aerosmith's career.
And it
Yeah, it really did. And they
And it
wanted
didn't
nothing to do
stop
with
them.
Aerosmith. They were like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
This is all Rick Rubin's idea, to
well, and
to
then
do all
like
that.
Ice-T did he did his like change up to body count.
Oh
Yeah.
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 right?
Rick Rubin throws me off because before I really saw who he was, like, what the
This
fuck?
homeless person. this homeless person sleeping on a couch.
And you hear anybody talk about the history of hip hop, they're waiting for this guy like LL Cool J. He's the one that kind of got his first album going. He was waiting, and some guy showed up, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, where I did some
Because
homeless
even
guy.
in college, he had the fucking
Yeah.
beard. He looked like a homeless white.
So
guy.
he was producing Slayer, Rain in Blood at the same time he was
Oh,
doing LL Cool J.
Yeah. Just music.
Hey, man, you
his
get it
ear
where you
was
fit
good.
in.
That's why he has fucking Slayer, the guitars on No Sleep Till Brooklyn on Beastie Boys. What's his name?
Hanneman.
No, the not the other one.
Say Hanneman or Hanneman. I don't know.
Yeah, Henneman died, but holy shit! I just drew a blank. I want to say King. Starts with a K.
I don't know. I don't know the members of Slayer.
King
all that.
Diamond.
King Diamond. Holy shit! Anyway, he did the solo on No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, and there's I don't know what I don't know what kind
I
of
don't
rap it is or whatever, but like there was the auto tune thing, which is still heavily used. But like,
Yeah, I can't get much into that.
there's this like kind of rap.
If it's not
on the
Zapp and
radio
Roger,
now.
I don't want nothing to do with auto-tune.
You guys listen to Run the Jewels? They're like one of my favorite rap bands right now. It's just two guys, but they have
I
a
don't know.
DJ. They have a DJ. They sound like something from the early 90s.
Yeah, there's no DJs
Two guys,
anymore
one
either.
DJ.
Well, like I don't even know if it's like a specific niche, but there's some of the rap that's just like, and it's like I can't tell one artist from the next.
Oh, there's a song out
And-
right now by I don't know some white band, but it's like I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but they call it the Whisper song. Oh, it's. I mean, it's getting made fun of constantly, but it's fucking terrible. Or it's the whistle song. They're like, sounds like they're whistling on there. The whole thing, it's like, what the fuck is this?
You can make
Carrie King,
Gary King. Okay.
Tom McDonald.
Tom McDonald.
At a farm?
Tom McDonald has some great rap songs out there.
Who's Tom McDonald?
Look it up. I'm not going to do the research for you. Who's Tom McDonald?
Have a little tiki.
Anyway, I think this is going downhill fast now. So
Yeah, we're talking about.
we're going way
Like that
over
lady
now.
behind your house.
If we go for another hour, we might be able to cut 15 minutes of good footage.
Well, folks, thanks for
If we
joining
just
us.
blur it out from this side of the
Yeah.
table over,
our ratings go up.
Yeah, we upped our ratings, so up yours.
make it look like Mike is remote during the session,
I'm trying to.
even though the background is the same.
But it'll be the biggest frame in the picture, so.
All right, thanks for joining us, folks.
Thank
All
you,
right,
folks.
thanks everybody.
Remember, the
Have a
best
good
part
night.
is after.
Yeah, if you made it this far, it's the best part.
Yeah, you sorry son of a bitch.
It's over now. Congratulations.
Loving you.
Stop, you're gonna get us copyrighted.
Is worse than the stuff that they're trying to replace.
Unless you go nuclear. It's the only because you're not gonna freaking have a whole grid running on fucking solar panels and turbines. It's not gonna happen. You can supplement a grid with that. That's it.
And is it Chevy that has some wackadoo that says they're going to go all electric, which makes no sense?
That's well, you're gonna watch your sales drop too.
Yeah.
So
I think that's all of the.
Because I know Ford was like, no,
Here's
we'll
a
do
story of
hybrids,
an
but
employer
we're not going full electric.
boss
Because
that-
they
well, they can
know
go
we're
full
going to be
electric, but they can't have all their models electric.
Right.
That'd be stupid. That's like cutting yourself off at the fucking.
CEO
We're not
Ford
going to
is
see.
criticizing
We're not
that.
going to see the end of gas stations in our lifetime. It's not happening.
No.
Not if I can help it.
So
to work.
It's like- Yeah, Andrew Tate got his he got his fucking home rated and whatever because he's got in that tiff with Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting there saying, I got a supercar's that's economic profile or something like that, efficiency profile is through the roof, it's crazy, all this shit. And he's pretty much just teasing her.
right.
And then she's like, so then she writes back and gives me her email address at what do you call it? littledickenergy@something.com. It's like, why would she have an email address like that? And why would she give it to me? So, I don't
Here's
know.
a story
I
about-
find the humor in Andrew Tate quite a bit. I think
About
he's
a boss
funny.
that asked her employee to print out the two files she sent her. One of them was an MP4 file. And she said a monkey could do your job.
So
Manager orders employee to print a video file and gets fired. No?
well, you can talk about your surgery, right?
All right.
I got a couple like videos on backup. If we
I
can-
got other topics,
Alright.
but they're more serious than what I was talking about before, huh?
You heard about the new gun legislation they're trying to pass? Colorado one.
Which one?
I don't know.
You can't.
Why don't we record this shit?
That they're gonna. Well, it's not gonna be a gun thing. I don't have all the details though. But it was like one of them is like you cannot pass on your AR. It's like, oh, it's grandfathered. If you have one, you're good, but you can't pass it on to anybody.
They removed willable.
What you call that? Transfer. It's non-transferable. You
Gotcha.
cannot transfer through.
What if you just transferred parts?
No, even parts. They
That's-
put parts on.
That's already the case with quote unquote ghost guns, guns that you make yourself.
Yep.
You can't pass those on. You can't
Yeah,
sell
their,
them.
but their AR is going to be lumped into that too
Why?
to make it safer. It's like, yeah, we don't put the armed guard in the school, but we're going to take away your gun. So any nut with a gun can still go into the school.
AR.
Yeah. Well, like that last school.
But
business
ARs
where
aren't
it's
even
like the only people entering the fucking building were citizens.
The only thing AR is going against it is that they're scary looking. That's it. They're not used in the majority of shootings,
And
Right.
the public
mass shootings.
the public's being lied to with the media. They're
Oh,
like
for decades.
they're for war, for fighting war.
We've
and
never-
they're machine guns. They're full auto.
What's
which they're
funny is
not.
that since the mid '90s, the gun sales have gone up dramatically. Like there's never been more
Since COVID,
guns in the hands of Americans ever. Yet homicide by firearm has plummeted since then as well. That's weird
I mean,
because
it's
it kind of goes along with that saying that I used to always say: an armed society is a polite society. It's kind of weird. When people go, "No, it's all over the news." I'm like, that's because those are the only stories they're looking for.
When you look at the Columbine shooting, every gun used in that shooting was illegal. Was obtained illegally, like all the handguns was through straw purchases. The only gun that they bought legally was a shotgun, but they sawed it off. They sawed off the barrel to make it legal. Every gun in that shooting was illegal by law, but yet it happened.
But even that doesn't really. I mean, the gun control only impacts people who are following the law.
Right, exactly.
And so the real problem has never been guns. The
Well,
real problem has always been health care.
Here's your
right? Mental
statistics.
health
There's
care.
roughly 35,000, 36,000 gun deaths a year. Death by firearm. Period. About 20 to 22,000 of those are suicide. So they never say that,
Right.
right? So that
And
leaves
if it wasn't guns, it'd be something else.
that leaves what, roughly 12,000 to 15,000, right? 8 to 9,000 of which are gang related. Okay, so now we're down to what, 3 to 5,000 homicide, and about 3,500 of those are justified. Now, when you take like 2,500 or 2,000, unjustified, whatever, firearm deaths, murders, if you will, by firearm, and then you compare that to the American populace, that's a pretty fucking small number, percentage-wise. So, yeah,
I mean, unprovoked gun violence is a mental health problem.
that's a plain and simple. And I'm not even a fucking doctor.
And it should, the focus should be on, as far as mass shooting in schools, the focus should be on how do we keep the children safe. It's not about taking away the guns. The focus should be on how do we make it safer.
Yeah, then they go, we don't want our kids feeling like they're in prison. Like, we shouldn't have to be doing that. Like, what we do with our money in
Yeah, because
banks.
now the kids are bringing guns to
Yeah,
school.
but I mean, the 6-year-old just shot a teacher in what was it, Alabama.
Well, that's because his mom was trying to convert him to a girl. That's the problem. Half of it's fucking parenting. I don't want a parent, I'm going to put my kid on a pill. And then you're fucking with the brain chemistry of the kids. That's what the Columbine thing was.
Well, and that kid had problems at home. Then that's all I know about that. If he
Right.
I mean,
if he was going to that level, he wasn't in a good home to even have any kind of
Well,
sense.
and most of these incidents aren't surprises. It's never like, holy shit, we didn't see this coming. It's like, oh fuck, this kid shot up a bunch of people, and what do you know? There's this history for the last 5 years of him talking about killing people to his counselor.
yeah,
You know,
and his
like-
parents are fucked up on drugs. He's on a bunch of antidepressants and drugs.
Almost every
It's weird.
incident. That
Well, and a lot of it's just straight neglect, right? It's a kid who is ignored by his folks, you know,
Or
and he's got friends.
his folks are working all the time.
Right.
latchkey kids.
Yeah.
And that's become more prevalent. I remember when I was a kid, I was fortunate where my mom was always home.
I was a latchkey kid.
And my
Good example.
But
right.
but my parents would sit there and go.
We can't talk about that.
There were so many of my friends where this was California in the early '90s, late '80s, and so many of my friends' parents had to start doing dual income.
Right.
And then what's
right.
that? That's forced to be a latchkey kid.
Yeah, I was fortunate. My mom was a stay-at-home mom.
So
Yeah. I was latchkey,
I was
but if we had
fortunate.
found any guns, we'd be out in the woods shooting at shit with it that weren't people.
yeah, and if you were out there with guns and all you kids were on a bunch of psychological drugs, medical, prescriptions, you'd all come up with all sorts of fucked up ideas.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. That's the kind of shit that goes on. So these kids influence other kids, and then the next thing you know, one of them's going to go, fuck it, I'll do it, I don't care.
Right.
Because they have everything's baseline, everything's flatline. They have no highs and lows in life. It's all regulated, they're fucked up. Their brain's still trying to develop on top of that. Dude, it's a mental health crisis. And I can tell you exactly what the problem is. It's Big Pharma. And,
Right.
and they'll never admit it because Big Pharma makes way too much fucking money.
There was that song Medicated down the radio when we were
Yeah.
driving over here that's all about that shit.
We're
It's like-
kind of talking about Big Pharma.
Yeah.
You know, let's get this rolling.
All right, let's get into this.
5.
I sounded like Tatum there. B. Tatum.
BT.
Brandon Tatum. Let's get into this.
Let's go. Let's do. What is this fucking? Let's do this.
Let's get into this. Let's be Tatum, dude.
Let's get
into
into
this.
this. Yeah, it's four words. Okay, never mind. My bad. Okay.
Anyway,
5,
props to B. Tatum.
4, 3, 2, 1.